Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Barrage, and today we're going to be looking at a board game review. Hey guys, welcome back to Board Game Barrage. You're here with Jeff, and today we're going to be looking at the Kickstarter game Blind Wizard Brawl. So this is on Kickstarter at the moment. It's by Wrench Games, and it comes with a companion app. It's for 2 to 4 players. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to play, and it's for the ages 10 plus. It's really quick. It's an easy card game. It's a battle game between any amount of players from 2 to 4. And the object is you're all going to be a wizard, a blind wizard in fact, and you're trying to deal damage to each other, and you don't know each other's stats. You can roughly keep track of their health, sort of, and the first player to defeat everyone else and be the last man standing is the winner. So I'm going to run through how to play, how to set it up, and then after that, I'm going to give you my final thoughts. One thing I do want to point out is my copy is a demo copy that was done before the Kickstarter, so it is subject to change. The artwork could change, a bit of the rules might change, and some of the character abilities, etc. may be different than what I show you in the video. But without further ado, let's go take a look at that. Alrighty, so here are all the cards in Blind Wizard Brawl, and I'm going to show you how to play. So quite simply, you're going to separate the 3 different spells into their 3 separate piles. You got Growth, which is like a plant looking thing, which is the green symbol. You got Blaze, which is the red looking thing, which has a red symbol. And you've got Wave, which is the blue looking thing, which has a blue symbol. And the object of the game is to outlast every other player, damaging their wizard until they hit 0 life, which has to be announced immediately. And the way you play is you use an app on your smartphone. So it's called Blind Wizard Brawl in the App Store, and you download it. It's a free download, and it will open up a screen which looks like this, which is going to have Generate, XXX, which is the website, or Help, and down below it's going to have Stats, Health, Blaze, Growth, and Wave stats. Then it's going to have 3 numbers underneath. Those will always differ, but they'll always total 46. Health will always start at 17. And what you're going to do to play the game is you're going to generate your wizard. So you simply click the app a certain amount of times based on however you want. So if the 2 players sitting down, just say, hey, we're both going to hit the generate button 3 times. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There you go. So now we have our wizard for this fight. You don't share any of this with your opponent. It's all secret and hidden. Only you know this. The only thing you're going to know is both of you start at 17. The rest of your stats total 46, but you don't know what they are. As you can see, we have 14 Wave, 18 Growth, and 14 Blaze. We have a special ability that says Activate, Announce. Prevent a player from drawing any cards at the end of their turn. 2 uses. So it means you can activate it twice anytime you want to prevent people from drawing cards, which is very important. So you keep all this information hidden. It stays on your phone, and you keep it to the side, something like this, so that your opponent doesn't know what is happening with your character. Your stats can differ depending on what you do in the game. The only thing you have to tell them is when you're using an ability, if it says Announce, or once your life reaches 0, you must tell them. This is an honesty-driven game, so don't cheat and just trust the people you're playing with. Don't be that guy that cheats. So the way the game works is each player starts, they get 1 of each, unless their special ability states otherwise, but all the characters, I think, except for maybe 1, they all start with 1 of each, and what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle them all together. This will be your starting deck. To start the game, you're going to draw 2 cards from it. They'll be in your hand. The other one serves as your deck at this point. And so these will start in your hand. And on your turn, you can do one of 3 different things. And what's neat about the game is they're all listed on the cards as you intend to use them. So the first thing you can do is called a chant. What a chant does of any of them, you simply, if the pile is in the center, you simply pick up the card, place it into your discard, and say you're going to chant. So the chant on growth says gain 1 growth and draw a card for each extra growth card discarded. So what that means is you can discard a growth from your hand to draw 1 card, and you're going to gain +1 growth regardless. So if you do that, you discard this growth, you draw 1 card, which you knew was going to be wave, and then you gain 1 growth. So you take your app, and the sound does have to be on for this. You gain 1 growth, you get that noise going on. All of them have a noise. But you don't gain those 2, so I'm going to put them back to where they were. So you gain your 1 growth, and that's all. When you're gaining health, it sounds like this. And when you're taking damage, it sounds like that. There is a way to bluff in the game. This musical note here makes the same sound as the damage. So you'll see when I do combat later how you can bluff your opponent into thinking you're taking damage when you're not. Again, you can't cheat though. So if you have to take a certain amount of damage, you have to take it, and then you can take extras by hitting the sound button. Chanting for Blaze gains you 1 Blaze and deals 1 damage to any other wizard of your choice, or you if you want to, and you deal an extra damage for each extra Blaze discarded. What wave does is you gain 1 wave, and you gain 1 health, and you gain 1 additional health for each extra wave discarded. The other thing you can do, so we'll put that back how it was. The other thing you can do is called a cast. A cast differs for all 3, but is basically the same. A cast lets you attack with whichever one you play, but when you play it from here, you play it back to the center. So you're losing the card in your deck. So you play it back to the center, and depending on which one it is, it uses that stat. So for example, if I attacked with Blaze, I would attack with a strength of 14. Oh, that would be back down to 18. So I would have to announce at that point what I'm attacking with. So this is how combat works. So if I play the Blaze and say I'm going to attack player B, I have to tell them what my stat is. So since I'm attacking with Blaze, I attack with Blaze on here, which is 14. So I tell them I'm attacking with 14. Then Blaze tells you target blocks with wave. So they would secretly look at theirs and compare my 14 to whatever their wave stat was. The difference is how much damage they take, if any. So if in this case, it's say I was attacking someone who had the same stats as me, 14, 14, they would take nothing. But if they wanted to bluff, they could go, okay. So now I'm thinking that they have 12 wave, when realistically they actually have 14. Okay? If you attack with wave, wave is blocked by growth. Show that there. Wave is blocked by growth. And growth is blocked by Blaze, so they go in this order. Okay. The final thing you can do is a bomb. You can't do it in your opening hand because you don't have the cards. But what a bomb is you need to discard 1 copy of each of the 3 symbols back to the center to deal an unblockable 5 damage to any player. So it's a really powerful thing, but you're losing 3 cards from your deck and from your hand. So quite simply what's going to happen is you look at your thing, you take 5 damage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No point in bluffing because it automatically does 5. So yeah, once play continues like that until everyone's defeated except for 1 person. At the end of your turn, so we'll say I just did that combo there, the growth one where I chant discard to draw 1. So I have that in my hand. At the end of your turn, you always draw 1 card. If your deck is empty, at any point you shuffle, and I don't know why I'm shuffling, they're both growth, but you shuffle and you draw 1. If for some reason you have no cards in your deck and no cards there, you just simply don't draw. That shouldn't happen. I've never actually had that happen before, but we were close at one point. Yep, in a multi-person battle, it gets a lot more tricky because you have multiple people trying to eliminate each other at the same time. So you want to build up resources, gain stats, etc. to wipe them all out. But yeah, it takes about 15 minutes or so to play in a multi-person. That's basically the whole game. There are some different abilities. I'll run through a couple now. You've got Bad Magic, Activate Announce. Target player loses 4 points from a stat of your choice. Use it only once. First to Betray, passive but announce. You take the first turn. Your starting deck is 3 cards of your choice rather than 1 of each. Your starting hand is 3. So what that means is, that's the person I was telling you about at the start. Instead of taking 1 of each, you actually get to choose which ones you would like, and you start with all 3 in your hand. So you could, in theory, just choose 1 of each and play bomb on the first turn. I wouldn't recommend that because that's a really bad play. But you could if you wanted to. Yeah, basically, the world is yours. You just gotta try and outmaneuver the other person. You basically know what everyone starts with. You don't know anyone's special effects. You don't know anyone's stats, which is important. So, yeah, that's basically the game. Blind Wizard Brawl. Let's go back to the table, and I will tell you what I thought of it. And that's how to play Blind Wizard Brawl. It's a pretty quick, easy game to set up. Doesn't take too much thinking power. It's quick for if you're on breaks at work or if you're just chilling with your friends, want to bust out a quick, easy card game. Like I said, it's a micro game, so it's, easy to pull out at any time. I like the bluffing aspect, how you can hit the sound button to make it seem like you're taking damage when you're actually not. The different player powers are cool. One of the downfalls of the game is some player powers are nullified completely by other ones, which I didn't like, but it's random, so you don't really know that until the game is already basically over, so that just makes you lose even more. But other than that, the random player powers, the random stats are really neat. Everything about the game is really cool. The couple issues I did have were addressed by the designer himself, and he basically let me know how to fix it and or worked on fixing it, so that was all great. I recommend this game really highly. I give it 2 thumbs up. You should check it out. It is on Kickstarter live now. That is Blind Wizard Brawl by Wrench Games. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching our video. For more, you can visit our channel for weekly updates or subscribe below. Thanks again.